We can use flat acrylic blocks as well to give a stamped image, which makes a great background for things like your silhouettes and other parts, you know, other things you want to use in your card making. And it's a great technique to use because it's very random and it just gives a really great background effect. So I'm going in with my acrylic block and I'm just going to randomly add colour. So just going straight in here with the pen itself. Okay, so I might give a little squeeze so I get a bit more ink out on that one. That's it. So I'm getting a nice wash of colour. And I think we'll do this one in shades of blue because I think it just gives it just a different look entirely. And as I say, it's great for adding your sort of silhouette stamps or even just die cuts too. Just a great quick random way to add a background to a card. You know, you could quite easily stamp over this with heat embossing and just put a sentiment like thank you and make quick thank you cards. So there's just several ways you could use this background technique. I'm just trying to squeeze a little bit more of the lighter colour on here. Okay, now for this technique I'm going to go in and just add a wash of water as well. You don't have to, but I'm just going to add a quick wash of water, not too wet. Okay, and then just getting your acrylic block down onto your image, and you can see how you can press it around to give a bit more movement if you like, and then carefully lifting it off without letting it take too much. Can you see there? I'm just going to bring my heat gun in to dry that because I don't want that to travel any further. But it just gives a nice random look that you could quite easily stamp, as I say, a sentiment, a silhouette image, anything onto there at all. You can do this technique onto dry without adding anywhere and you get another look again. So if I wipe my block and I'll bring another piece of the card in just to show you, because you get different looks with the same sort of technique. So again, let's start with the same three colours. So just by adding that colour, that paler one's not clinging onto my block quite the same. So I'm just using the 3 shades of blue again. But you can see how they're starting to resist. You remember what I said earlier about if you're colouring onto acetate, it doesn't cling to it the same. This is what would happen if we just colour directly onto acetate. So you're going to get a totally different look on this. So if I stamp that image now, it's going to be very pale and quite random. But what I can do is just go in with my water spritzer, and from a height I'm just going to spritz just a little bit of water just to give it a bit more movement, and then straight down onto my cardstock. Bang, straight down. You can see it's moving again because that little spritz of water, not the big wash that we did earlier on, that little spritz of water. Then pushing it down carefully, and then again getting your nail just underneath, and you've got a totally sort of different look if you like. And every time you do this technique you will get a different look. That just needs to be dabbed dry there, I think. So I'll just bring in my kitchen roll and just dab that off. But a great background technique, I think you'll agree, just with using your flat acetate stamping blocks.